Me too.
Well, I do want to say something. I mean, we've been doing like a lot of junk food, but I do remember there was like a whole bunch of cereals that were back in the day that they're not there anymore. Sometimes you'll see them like make a comeback, like what is it? The Count Chocula and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are
or the Cookie Monster cookie. The cookie it was full of cookies.
Cookie Crisp.
Yes, I miss those. Those were good.
Those was just a bag of cookies you're milk on.
But smaller versions.
Smaller cookies.
Yeah, a lot. You're right. A lot of that stuff seems to be kind of seasonal. Like, you know, around Halloween time, you'll be in the store and you're like, oh hey, Count Chocula's back or something like that. I mean, I'm
blueberries.
Yeah.
And I love those cereals. It's Count Chocolate, blueberry, and Frankenberry.
Yep.
Do you remember the Nintendo cereal system?
I do remember the Nintendo cereals.
Nintendo? Really?
Yeah, I remember it. I never bought it though.
I'm sorry, what was that, Frank?
I remember it, but I never bought any. Was it any good?
Neither did I. Nah.
Well, it all tastes the same, you know, when you're 11, you know.
Another thing back
it was just a box of sugar.
With the cereals, they had awesome toys in there.
Yes.
Yeah. And we never picked a cereal for its flavor or brand. It had the best toy. That's the one we had to have.
Do they make Cracker Jacks anymore? With the awesome toy?
I'm sure they do somewhere.
They still make them, but the prizes suck. It's like a stick-on sticker tattoo thing or something, and it's just one.
Okay.
Or and that's like the best of the prizes. Yeah, it's not cool.
Okay.
They still taste the same. They might even be the same Cracker Jacks because no one ever ate them. We just pulled out the prize.
True.
There's this story that Fallon saying that he was speaking with Jack Nicholson, and they had they were at the Yankee game or something like that, and they were sitting there and they ordered. It was like, yeah, peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, and Fallon had ordered some Cracker Jacks, and he was sitting there eating his Cracker Jacks, watching the Yankee game, and Nicholson looks over. He goes, and like, hey, you got some Cracker Jacks there? And he goes, yeah, and he goes, yeah. He goes, when I was a kid, the prize is in there. They put like a whistle, a real whistle. He goes, what do you got? And he was like, oh, I got a little tattoo thing or a sticker. He goes, yeah, when I was a kid, you get a real whistle. Now you get a picture of a f***ing snake. I mess it up. Google Fallon, Cracker Jacks, and Jack Nicholson, and then you'll get it because he does a good Jack Nicholson impression.
Oh, what, you didn't do a good one? I thought that was perfect.
I was gonna do Jack Nicholson, but my Jack Nicholson is not good. I mean, it's good, but it could be better. I need to work on my Nicholson.
Before we move on cereals, some honorable mentions. I remember Mr. T cereal. Had a box of that one.
It was Mr. T. It was just T's, right? It was like Mr.
I don't remember
T's.
What it was.
What were they going to put little crunchy gold chains? It had to pretty much be T's or Mohawks, and that wasn't going to work either.
Yeah, I believe the cereal was actually a bunch of little T's.
I think so.
And maybe there were some marshmallows in there.
I don't even think it was that. It was just like Captain Crunch, except they were T-shaped.
Yeah.
And there was a Star Wars cereal.
C-3POs.
There was a Vader one too, wasn't there?
Well, they had the Vader mask on the back of it.
Yeah, they had a bank. It was a piggy bank, plastic piggy bank, sealed in plastic. It was like sitting next to the box. They sealed it up. We're the fortune now. I had the piggy bank. I had the cereal. We ate it. Both got thrown away.
I still had a sealed package of Batman cereal from '89 with the Batman bank on it until a few years ago. And the plastic seal finally just like disintegrated from age and let go, so the bank fell off. So I still have the bank, and I still have a Spider-Man one like that too, but the cereal, I threw it away. It was like, I kept the box, but the cereal was like, I don't trust this anymore.
I would give you $120 to eat that box.
I looked it up on eBay too. I said, well, nobody wants to pay like $100 for the seal, do they? And the answer was no. So, so I saved the box. That's good enough.
There you go.
I could throw Captain Crunch in there. You'd never know the difference.
Ooh, I love Captain Crunch.
Yeah. That's what I
Crunch berries. That's my favorite.
And the ones that go oops, and there's a lot more crunch berries than there's.
They also did Smurf Berry Crunch back when Smurfs were a thing, and that was basically what you're talking about. It was like oops all berries with a little bit of other stuff mixed in, but mostly berries.
Yeah.
And of course,
what is that? The repurposing. They would repurpose cereal.
Well,
whatever was hot, they would just.
That's
slap
what I used
that
to
on
love.
and-
Was that like I'd buy Pac-Man cereal, which was Lucky Charms. You know, Donkey Kong Jr. cereal was kind of unique in that it was sort of like, you know, banana cherry flavored and nothing else really was. But it was like, here's extra sugar for your breakfast.
Yes.
Well, see if you remember this. This may be the 70s. It may not be the 80s. But do you remember the iron-on decals you put on shirts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was cereal boxes where if you carefully peeled off the back, it was an iron-on.
Ooh, I have a very, very vague memory of that.
I remember them distinctly. Those were fun. But I think that might be climbing back into the 70s.
That's fine. I mean,
It
this show
might be the end of the
par for
70s.
course.
But that still counts. Yeah.
What?
Remember when they used to put
Yeah, do you remember,
little
Frank?
cardboard records on them too? Sometimes you could get like an Archie's song or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So the prizes used to be great and definitely better than the cereals.
Yeah. Cause they also would put like a 45 in.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember the records. It was just like a real thin sheet of plastic, and it looked like a dust cover when you put it on the turntable, but it was an actual
I
record.
think McDonald's had one too.
Yeah, they did for their ad. You know, play this and win. They had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when McDonald's, when a Happy Meal was an actual, like they had an actual toy activity, and then you got your burger and your fries and stuff like that, and like Happy Meal toys now is like, because it used to come in that box. Like when I was a kid, it was a box.
Kind of like the little end held on.
Yeah, and then the box you could punch out little things, and your box could
Like
be
a
like
play
a
set.
play
Yeah.
set.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Now all you get is a f***ing bag.
Yeah, you get a toy with one-piece moves. That much.
Right. If you're lucky.
Hey, I still
I
have.
remember
I have
my
a
cousin
McDonald's
had-
Transformer right here.
I remember my cousin I was so jealous, had the McDonald's toys that they actually sold in the toy stores. They were dolls about this large, came with a big train, and they had sold Grimace, Ronald McDonald, Mary McCheese, all the characters. They were actual toys, actual dolls.
I
Yeah,
remember
that was
Christmas ornaments because I have some still. McDonald's Christmas ornaments.
Speaking about all the characters, that is also something that you don't really see anymore. You know,
No,
you
with a
get
hamburger.
Ronald McDonald, you probably get a Grimace, maybe a hamburger, but no Mary McCheese.
Mary McCheese.
They changed all
My
the
kids
rules.
have no
you know.
idea.
All those
Who Mayor
licensing, and,
McCheese is.
you know, you can't advertise this and that to kids. So, you know, what was Mayor
Mayor
McCheese if he wasn't advertising to kids? Now they could say he's nostalgia, but you know, it was hard to not say that the happy, friendly characters were not advertising to kids when every ad was on Saturday morning cartoons.
Right.
Well, Mary McCheese, he lost his position due to the shark attack. He didn't close the beaches.
Oh gosh.
Jaws! The Jaws bear!
Oh, man,
that's
that
why
was-
Mary McCheese has been forgotten.
Yes, that was a deep cut there.
Yeah, that was
And bring it back.
let's bring it back to the
Back to
start.
McDonald's, there was a fish sandwich that was made of Jaws in 1978. Right now,
That's right.
Is that fish?
oh, it was made of Jaws. It was kind of rubber, kind of fish, kind of mechanical.
It all works. It all works.
You know, why is there
what
always
else
a
do we
bit of a shake machine when you buy stuff from McDonald's? Like, I don't think I was supposed to get this in my drink.
Oh, Kmart, the Icies. Remember the Icy bear with the red sweater?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
they went under when Kmart started taking
They
away
had to
that.
get the ices, you know, and like
Yes.
sandwiches and things like that. But then they also had the restaurant in the back where you could like take the number and get your stuff, and they bring it out to the table and all that.
I remember.
They do that at Target.
You know what? I want to say something real quick about Kmart. When I was a kid, elementary school, they would always try to bust on you if you were wearing something. If you had like some shoes or a shirt or something, somebody would try to bust you out and say, "Oh, you got that at Kmart."
Blue Light Special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But how would they know if they weren't in their
Exactly. How do you know that this is Kmart? What was you doing in Kmart? Shopping.
I remember LA Looks, and I got a pair from Kmart, and they were called L something Looks. They were like, yeah, and so on. Yeah,
I remember wearing those tracks.
Wearing
with
tracks
two
and
X's.
athletics. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I can't remember what the brand name was, but the tag was cool. They were jeans, blue jeans, and there was this robot walking with blue jeans on. Some obscure product made by children overseas.
Some sweatshop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. God, you had to love the 80s, right?
What about Jello pudding pops? Do they make those ones anymore?
Jello pudding pops?
We can't talk about the Jello pudding pops.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do make those anymore.
Okay, so let's move on.
But no, I mean, yeah, I do. They did have the Jello pudding pops. Come on and get your Jello pudding pops.
And they were good too. They were literally just frozen Jello pudding on a stick, you know.
Yeah, they were good.
It's pretty hard to mess that up. They should still offer that product, but
Yeah, they really should. But I think
the
what did
spokesperson
like Cosby had like a lifetime contract with them.
Yeah, I don't think that's still going on anymore.
I'm pretty sure you can, violate that once you're in prison.
Yeah.
What? It'd be amazing if he did shoot a commercial. Because this pudding pop is a little different now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a different pudding pop now. Come here, old man. And that's a bump. What were we talking about before? We were talking about those the Squeezit fruit drinks because they had the bottle and it had a little twist.
But it wasn't.
And then it wasn't. It was you twist it, pop it off this little hole, and then you would just get the most minuscule amount of juice.
So squeeze it really.
Because actually, even better. Do you remember the ones that were like? It was like a little wax bottle.
Yes,
they were like this big.
You chomp on it.
Oh,
and
you would get like this
wax.
burst of juice, and then the rest would be just actual wax that you would just chew for a while.
I remember that.
And then you'd be like, all right, after a while you just realize
it.
I'm eating a candle. And you spit it out. But it was really, what were those even called?
I don't even know. I don't know. I was thinking about that myself. The name escapes me.
But I remember we would get those, especially in the summer. You get them cold, pop them in.
Oh, like put them in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
They never made it that far.
You always liked them room temperature, huh?
Well, that's how I like my drink, so.
Well, I remember we used to put Kool-Aid in the ice trays, and then you put saran wrap over it. And,
you had saran wrap. Yeah. We just put them in and just let them go sideways.
you gotta get the toothpick dead center, man.
Yeah, to make them stay up.
Not in the
Did you miss the Saturday morning, the timer, the hunk of cheese
sideways
guy?
Floating on.
It show you to put the saran wrap on there to keep them upright, man.
Yeah.
And you
he also showed you how to make wagon wheels with 2 crackers and a piece of cheese.
That's a wagon wheel.
Do you guys remember those ridiculous Spider-Man ads for all of Hostess products? It's like it was a 1-page advertisement in the comics. Spider-Man's running after a criminal. The criminal's getting away, and then he lures him back with a fruit pie. You remember those?
Yeah, we put up like about 200 of those on our page for a while. I should probably put some of those back up now that they'll be related to the episode. Yeah. Expect those on our site somewhere, people.
Now they're canon again.
Yeah, exactly. No, they had a ton of those, though. There was, for just about every popular hero of the day, and some that you wouldn't even expect, And a few, they were being drawn by the people, the main professional guys that were doing it.
They were well drawn, if I remember. Good art.
There's one out there that Byrne drew, and he's like, I'm not telling you who it was, but it's not a hero I usually draw. Now go find it. And no one has found it yet, so look for the John Byrne Hostess ad, and you win.
Oh, wow. Okay. When do we win?
You'll never find it.
You win John Byrne telling you that he doesn't appreciate that you found his thing out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, before the start of the show, we were looking at some of these things, and what was that one? It looked like there was a snow cap. What were they called?
Rock candies are that other one. Sorry, they were just called rock candy.
It was just rock candy.
Yeah.
So that you
had
the memories that popped in.
Yeah, just an hour later, but yeah.
I remember it was like we saw it. It was like the snow cap, but they just painted it green and called it a green lantern.
Snowballs.
Yeah,
it was a snowball. And they called it a glow ball and put green lantern on it and put it green instead of white. That was
pink. They used to be pink.
Yep, they used to be pink ones.
That's right, pink. I'm sorry.
And now they have blue ones.
I've seen them.
Blue balls?
Yeah, that's
You said that?
I did say that, and I tried not to, but yeah, they are blue and they are fall. So. Yeah, and moving right along.
Come on, Angela, kids watch this show.
So you got the New York thing. Surely you remember this thing that no one else ever does. The Reggie candy bar from like the early 80s. Reggie Jackson hitting the thing on a little square candy bar.
Yeah.
See, everybody's like, there was no such thing. I'm like, there totally was, and they were great, but then they disappeared.
Were tasty.
I remember when I had an uncle, this is probably the 70s too. He worked at a health food store, and he used to get boxes of Lou Ferrigno candy bars.
I do not.
They were good for you, bars, and they tasted like death.
Oh my gosh!
And you take one bite, and you're closer to the grave. That's how bad they were.
Were they protein bars?
They were.
Like,
some kind of old protein bars.
It was not good. I tried them too, and I said, "Wow, this is not really for kids, is it? This is nasty."
Right.
These are for power.
It's like when you're a kid and you bite into that baker's chocolate for the first time that you were told never to eat. Yeah. Oh, not good.
Wow. Yeah, that's bitter.
There's nothing worse than grabbing a big thing of baker's chocolate because you think it's chocolate.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what is this? Yeah. The chocolate has gone bad. Don't eat the chocolate. Get that shit out my goddamn pie.
Yeah, I think everyone has that memory. You know, up until my kid has no idea because we've never had baking chocolate in the house. But everyone who had grandparents in the 80s knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good.
And I'm not a fan of chocolate. That's probably the reason why.
Oh, I mean, you avoided that.
I wouldn't consider myself a chocolate connoisseur, but I mean, I would, somebody has some chocolate.
I love caramel. Mm.
I like chocolate. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll eat it.
Well, right. Did Ralph record an ode to Minute Maid?
No.
Oh, he said he might do that. I said, we're going to talk about the thing that we used to be obsessed with, and he's not here because he had to do whatever he has to do there. He's busy this evening, folks. But we used to go around the mall, and you know, we'd have no money, but right next to the arcade was the Walgreens. So always go into the Walgreens with $1 and buy a 20-ounce Minute Maid orange soda. Like, that was the thing back then. You know, so I got our Minute Maid orange. We can go to the gold mine with $2 and sit there for the next 2 hours and sip and play. And it's like, wow, that was probably not the most sanitary thing, but we never seemed to get each other sick, apparently. But, you know, back when we'd all share one beverage and stuff like that.
Yeah. And when you didn't have tokens, you just walked over and watched the guys playing Dragon's Lair.
Or whatever, for sure, everything. There was always something cool by the door. They had Gauntlet there for a while, and this is another episode we'll save for later. The Gold Mine episode.
Centipede, I remember that game.
I mean,
Centipede. I was a master of Centipede.
Oh, I love that game.
We just said it's going to be another episode.
Well, this is
and I like how the pundits don't hear anything. They just keep going. And they continue.
They have to provide teaser material so the audience knows to come back.
That's right.
Adonis, pull yourself together.